October 31 is the last day in the Bantu calendar. The Bantu calendar that was there before we got the international calendar. The first day of every year for the Bantu is November 1. On October 31st, the last day, is the day that we celebrate our ancestors, Day of the Ancestors. For other cultures, it is called Halloween, and for other cultures, it is called the Day of the Dead. We call it the Day of the Ancestors because something special happens on October 31. On October 31, our ancestors actually come to the ground in their human form, not as energy, but as human beings. And those of us who are gifted, those of us who are the chosen, those of us who are high priestesses, we can actually see them in 3D. They sit across from us or sit around us in a circle, and we get to talk. We get to tell them what's been going on in our lives in real time, and they get to listen, and they get to tell us how they were seeing things and what they were doing. It is also the day that you pull out your wish list for your ancestors and you tell them what you want for the following year. This is what I want. This is how I want my life to be. This is what I need for me to create a wholesome life. You are directly talking to your ancestors. You're not using the winds. You're not using fire. You're not using the elements. They are there, October 31, in front of you. And you are talking to them, and they can hear you in real time. And if you are gifted, you can hear them in real time as well. So, October 31 is a very important day for the Bantus. It is the most important day. It is the day when you tell your ancestors what your whole year has been like. I am extremely enthusiastic. I write a fucking report about how my life went. I write about all the things that made me cry, all the things that devastated me, all the things that stopped my progress. I write it all down. And then I tell them, I sit across them and I tell them, and then I also tell them this is how I would like my life to be in the following year. This year, however, I don't have a great list for my ancestors. I don't need one because this year we defeated some really powerful foes and powerful enemies. Agnes Lusok and her boyfriend, Farikas Akins, and Sarah and company. I'm trying to forget their names, so I'm going to stop there. I'm really trying to forget their names because as soon as I forget their names, they no longer have a hold on my soul in any way, shape, or form. So this year, starting November 2020 to this year, I have fought a lot of people and I have been physically damaged and I have been physically hurt, but I still triumphed and my ancestors were there. They were there with me every step of the way. They were overwhelmed. They were blinded. They were binded. They were tortured, but they still managed to get through to their baby girl and they still managed to fight the good fight. So this year, your chosen, your sacrifice is not moaning and wailing about how her year went to her ancestors. Instead, she is celebrating her ancestors October 31. And I am seriously gonna make a dinner. The kosa know the meat that you use when you are making a dinner for your ancestors, lamb. I am going to make a lamb dinner for my ancestors. And I'm going to bow to the kosa. I'm going to bow to the snake clan. I'm going to bow to my belly button. And I am going to be grateful and I'm going to thank them and I am going to laugh. I'm going to cry. I'm going to be happy. And most of all, I'm going to dance. with my ancestors. That is what I'm going to do October 31. I'm going to dance with my ancestors. And so how do you do this? How do you celebrate October 31? The day of the ancestors. How do you do it? You can do it any way you like, okay? But at sunset, you're on. Sunset is when you tell your ancestors what you want. If you can't do sunset and you can do 3 a.m. October 31st, then do 3 a.m. October 31st. There must always be food and celebration, of course, because we got to look at it like it's our Christmas. It's like our Christmas day. It's also like our New Year's Eve day. So, of course, make the food you want. I am Xhosa. I make lamb. Okay, I am Xhosa. We do lamb. And no matter what, we do lamb and beef, right? But lamb is the thing. We do lamb. And then for my water ancestors, I do seafood. Okay, a specific kind of fish that they like. So you decide what you want to do and you talk it out with your ancestors or you learn. My menu is strictly Xhosa. If you all want to know about Xhosa food and Xhosa menus because you want to be like me, then I suggest you go on YouTube and you check out Xhosa recipes. Xhosa. Okay. Okay, check them out because that's what I do. I get traditional, I get cultural. And for my Shona grandmother, she is cool as fuck. She goes with anything. She always says you bow to your fathers first before you bow to me. So I go Xhosa all the way. So I'm gonna take this moment, Bantus, far and wide. This daughter of the Xhosa is going to take this moment to wish you all a happy Ancestors Day. You are because they were. You are the sum total of their hopes and dreams. And love and laughter and tears and pain. You're it. You represent them all day, every day. You are their pride, their joy. I always call ancestors the extenuating circumstances brigade. Because every time you do something bad, they're the ones who kneel before God and they say, but you gotta understand, it wasn't our baby's fault. Okay, this person did that. And that person's ancestors say, I beg your pardon, not our baby. You know what I'm saying? They are the extenuating circumstances. They are your defenders. They are your protectors. They are your givers. They gave you life. They give you wealth. They give you happiness. So on this day, when they are walking with us in the flesh, I wish you all a happy, happy Ancestors Day. On behalf of my ancestors, of the Cape Colony, of Makanda, of Zimbabwe, I truly hope that your October 31st will be spiritual, will bring you to tears, will bring you so much happiness as you close off your cycle to begin another. On that note, we enter the 1st of November. November 1 to November 30 for the Bantu is the month of the dark. After we've celebrated our ancestors and they've walked with us on this earth, they get to go back to heaven and they get to rest. They get to sleep for 30 days. All the ancestors of light, except a few, including mine, will go to sleep. Mine do not sleep. But, and I'm sure there are a few other witch doctors out there, or a lot of witch doctors out there whose ancestors do not sleep. But the average individual's ancestors, and some witch doctors' ancestors, they do go to sleep from November 1 to November 30. It's their vacation. That month, November 1 to November 30, those of light are not allowed to pick up weapons against the dark. It is the month of the dark, where the dark wreak havoc, and they wreak havoc at the beginning of the cycle. You see what I'm saying? This is why all evil comes from the north. They prepare their evil and their fuckery right there in the north, right? And then as the cycle begins, all their fuckery falls down on us, and we as God's children have to stand on our faith, on our weapons, and everything that we know to fight it. That is the way it is. That is the way it is. For good to exist, there must be light. For light to exist, there must be darkness. This is God's way of equalizing the situation for his disgruntled kids who feel they didn't get enough, and who are always greedily, jealously, and evilly looking at other people's achievements and what other people are doing with their lives, instead of them concentrating on their own lives. He says, okay, have your revenge, and they will go crazy. November 1 to November 30, they're going to go crazy. And we of light are not allowed to pick up our weapons to protect, defend, and annihilate the devils. And so, every year since I became a witch doctor, my ancestors have disregarded that shit. They have asked God to give me special compensation and to give them special compensation so that we keep on fighting. We fought through every November 1 to November 30. It was our busiest month every year without fail. But this year, we honor the dark. This year, we put our tools down. November 1 to November 30. That means for my channel, there will be no divination, no shell readings the whole month of November, from November 1 to November 30. I have been sharing videos from Patreon, the last 3 videos, and this video that I'm going to put, the second video of the model Naomi Campbell. They were coming from my Patreon because I've been working on brand new videos to put on my Patreon so that my Patreons will have something brand new to watch in the month of November. So for Patreon, the month of November is going to be going strong. It's going to be kicking because I've been working very hard on videos for you. However, for YouTube, in the month of November, I will not be uploading, and I will not be even coming in that direction. I will not be coming into the YouTube direction for the month of November 1 to November 30, because YouTube is for the dark, not the viewers, but a lot of the practitioners are for the dark. And my ancestors and I are stepping back in the month of November. November 1 to November 30, there will be no content on this channel. And I will see you on the other side. First week of December, God willing. Okay? So I want to thank you so much, as this is the end of the year. I want to thank you so much for the love, support, guidance that you gave me in the year 2021 and 2020. I want to thank you for coming to me for readings, for having conversations with me, for keeping up with my shenanigans and my issues, for drying my tears, for holding me up when I fell, for always being there. I want to thank Crystal for doing the GoFundMe, and I want to thank the other young lady who is working on compiling my Instagram posts so that I can release a book for you guys next year. I want to thank everybody who has come forward. I want to thank everybody who read me. I want to thank everybody who put food on my table. I just want to thank you all for the year 2021. I am walking into 2021 to 2022 with a lot of pain. There are some things that I cannot forgive God for, but then there are so many other things that I feel His love and I feel His protection. And I am walking into 2021, 2022 with doubt and fear. Because I don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. But I know one thing. The month of November, for the first time since I became a witch doctor, I am going to rest. I will be resting. I will read trashy novels. I will walk in nature before it starts snowing and it starts getting really cold. I will maybe write something. I will try to breathe life. See you next year.